Hi, welcome back to my show. I'm going to do, I'm going to try to make this under 15 minutes because I got stuff to do stuff and stuff like that. I have to be off of my computer. I forgot I have a lot of crap to get done. Five, maybe five. So, yeah, I didn't read it also, but she got baby on saying crap like, oh, I never heard, okay, we always read. That's not even true. None of that happened in Isabella, Georgia. So let's just say so. You did not have the case, you did not have the case in Idaho full, so I don't know what you boasting about. Let's get into this. Betty has a history of Betty into people's life when she doesn't need to. So let's see what she says now. And she trashes this woman because she's not a media person. She's not a reporter. She's a YouTuber.
God bless the gentleman that that put that together. I love the message. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Sonia, it's nice to see you here early this morning, followed by Brandy, Teresa, Nana of 7. Nice to see you, just Samantha. Who else do we have? Sue Helton. Nice to see you this morning. We got some good news to go over as well. Kathy, nice to see you. I still, Lord have mercy, I got to get down to West Palm Beach. You just keep reminding me. Hard to get through that. Love it. Trying to see what's on our, I haven't even opened my book today because I started the live early. I wasn't prepared to start the live early. I thought I was. Good morning, Bridget, mom of 2. Nice to see you here this morning. So March 9th, which is today, it says, know your limits. This is for all those that want to know what book am I reading from. It's The Language of Letting Go by Melody Person. You can decide that behaviors are inappropriate and hurt you without condemning that person. Don't forget to have the right to say, ouch. We can say whatever with compassion and still take care of ourselves. God help me set appropriate limits with people. In here. I'm not going to say her name, Miss Robin. No. And, this is going to make the haters, for all the haters out there that like watching the Bullhorn Betty channel for your content, here, let me help you out. Let me put some change in your pockets like I always do, right? Let me put some change in your pockets because we know you need those little nickels, right? We know you need those little nickels. And so Robin sent me over an article from Vanity Fair. I mentioned in the article. It's with Brian Enton. They're interviewing Brian Enton, and I mentioned in the article. Now, God bless Brian. He has a hard enough job as it is without Bullhorn Betty rocking the boat, right? But I love Brian Enton. He's a sweet person. A very kind, gentle soul in the flesh. I mean, what you kind of see is what you get. He's a real sweet guy. That's why I never say anything bad about him. And God bless him because he didn't say anything bad about me. If the writer of the article, on the other hand, she doesn't like me. That's okay. Kathleen, I went ahead and sent you a message anyways. I sent you an email, honey. Hopefully you call me back. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. But before we get into the whole Vanity Fair and the love triangle between Vanity Fair,
I got that. When people wrong you, you go after them. Like you did in Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah. I forgot money in her job. Do not appreciate that. But you blew on. So, mm, 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 mm. Want me to read something? Mm, 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 mm. Oh, she did. Okay, you can go ahead.
There, Brian Enton and Bullhorn Betty that just went awry, right? We're going to get over to some good news. This is the power of YouTube, folks. This is the power of
I
social
can't even
media.
say it.
So
Don't say
yesterday
it.
we had a case. Her name was Chelsea Wiley. And we're hoping to bring her home safe. We're running it. You know, we cautioned our audience, you know, let's not get a knee-jerk reaction. Let's just, you know, wait. Let's see what's going on. We want to advocate. Okay. All right, Pebbles. I hear you. And you said email. Okay. Let me see what we got in email. But, you know, and it's one of the things that, hold on, Pebbles. Did I see you come through? I do not see your email unless you're under a different name. But I will go through my emails. Mama, thank you for everything you do. Amen. Thank you. God bless you, Mama Bear. God bless you. So we use our platform to advocate for a woman.
You talk about her a long time.
And we wanted to bring her home safe. And I cautioned, you know, all the audience out here, you know, let's not have a knee-jerk reaction. You know, yes, there's a lot of red flags. We can identify that this story really didn't make sense. And I cautioned everybody because truth is stranger than fiction. And at the end of the day, we don't want somebody going through, because social media can be just nasty. There are just some people out there that like to do conspiracy theories, that like to, you know, threaten people. Because they think it has to be true. And then they go out and attack, like, say, Paul, her boyfriend. They will be calling him saying, what did you do with her? We know you killed her. You're going down, blah, you know, pitchforks and, you know, the firing squad behind them. And, you know, just laser focused on something without having enough information to make heads or tails of it. A lot of people accuse me of that. And that couldn't be further from the truth, because we actually do the work here before we open our mouths, especially when to place blame on somebody, we have to have overwhelming information here to point a finger at a specific person.
Okay, this Elkin says she reports rumors in professional harassment of innocent people. Yes, she does that. And she said, but for practical reason, internet needed to find encourages people like her. People like you doesn't mean that they like you, babe. No wonder you put reading this. I need to stop. Oh, holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to say what. But the alcohol that she's talking about, it's not good look.
Period. And I know the haters try to act like we don't know what we're doing. But every case, we show and prove that you know, we're not just willy-nilly and here for the clicks and the views. We are here to advocate for victims. We're here to make sure that justice is served by anybody that violates somebody's rights. And a lot of this stuff is, you know, children. And obviously we're putting stuff in motion right now to help the children. I've got a meeting today with attorneys in Tennessee to help guide a conversation about what we can do for our children.
Yeah,
And I go
lying.
through this over and over again with people that are willing to hear and talk to me. And that's really, at the end of the day, we advocate. It's not just about the storyline. It's about the avocation that comes with it. Just like it's not about me complaining. If I've got to complain about something, I better be doing action to overcome that complaint. If I think something is wrong, for me, then I'm not going to ask my neighbor to go fight for my behalf. I'm going to do it myself. So if people don't like what we are doing, you're more than welcome to get off your butt and go do it better and go do it differently and stuff like that. But the problem is they won't. So anyways, getting back to this, we advocate for people. Chelsea Wiley was found. She was found yesterday. Why? Because social media reaches a lot further than mainstream media. Everybody has YouTube
one time
on their phones.
No, ma'am.
Most of the phones come with YouTube built into the phones. Most of them come standard with the app of Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Tell me I'm lying. Already preset, okay? What they don't have on their phones, they don't have CNN, Fox News. Those don't come standard. Right? News Nation doesn't come standard. Local news doesn't come standard on your phone. But what you do find on your phone is social media. I did not read, Amy, where she was found at, but we do know she was found and she was found safely as of yesterday. We made sure we talked about it on some channels. I even went over to JLR. I don't really, just like JLR doesn't really come over here, I don't really go over to JLR's channel too much. But he was talking. I saw him on his live, just like I do with Dolly. If I find a case, I'll pop into the chat and say, hey, new case, new case. I really truly believe it was the avocation of social media like T-Rev and others that were talking about this case that finally got it to the attention of this young girl, where she may have called her family. But either way, she was found, and she was found on the heels of social media taking this case and running with it. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And whether people like it or not, social media, mainstream media is a dying breed. That's why mainstream media is starting to come on to social media, because they're never going to make it being cable. Cable's dying out, folks. We all know it. How many people by a show of ones have no cable in their home and stream everything? By a show of ones. How many people in this chat right now have no cable in their home? I'm one. I have no cable in this house. None. Exactly. So how are you guys getting the news from across the country? You know how? Because you're coming here to YouTube to get your news. You're coming here to YouTube to get your news. And we cover that. Okay. There are a few too. So God bless you guys that are still hanging on to, the cable networks. I can't do it. Here's why. I think it's entirely too expensive to sit there and watch TV with commercials going every 15 minutes. You're literally watching every time you turn around a commercial. Whereas you come here, you get a...
You got a person that likes you.
Producers. I don't have people that put money in my pocket to give me a salary to run to Idaho to cover this case. You know who has to do that? Me.
No.
My audience. That's how I get out there. I have to work 1,000 times harder to get out to these cases to cover them than any other news reporter out there. Kathleen. But I hope you call me. I did provide you my cell phone number.
Yeah,
Kathleen Hale. I did provide you my cell phone number. So hopefully you'll call me and talk to me. We'll see. We'll see where your integrity lies. God bless Brian Enton, because he refused to say anything negative about me. At the end of the day, I know him. We spent weeks in front of Gabby Petito's house. Every crime case that I go to, guess who I run into out there? I run into Brian Enton. You know why Brian doesn't say anything negative about me? Because when he was covering the political stuff and nobody would talk to him, It took me going out there and saying he's a good guy. I helped him get interviews.
Oh, babe, come on.
I didn't do that for compensation, clicks, or views. I did it because it was the right thing to do, and he's a good guy. So
on,
again,
babe.
Brian Enton, thank you for being kind with your words to me. I love the little punchline. I have to be nice. I can't remember what he says, but he jokingly said, you know, we have to be nice to Bullhorn Betty. We don't want her showing up with a bullhorn. I love Brian Enton. I do love Brian Enton. But you got to remember, I knew Brian Enton when he was nobody. When he knew me when I was nobody, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. You know, it's kind of like one of these things where
you sure nobody. I'm sorry. This happens to look out. He says he has to put out with you. That doesn't mean shit.
We kind of grew up together. It's kind of hard to be nasty. Like now Ashley Banfield, I will talk for hours and hours about my disdain for Ashley Banfield. But you talk about Brian Enton, I'm like Mama Bear. Like, don't be messing with my boy. Don't be messing with my boy, right? And always been very kind and courteous to me. You know, we all work in the same profession. No matter how you look at it, we cover the news. We cover true crime news, not all the news. You know, I try to stay out of all the political stuff, except with in some consideration. You know, we do have to do something with our children. And the bottom line is nothing's going to get done unless you bring a freaking politician or a bureaucrat involved, right? I mean, it is what it is. I don't like the process, but it's the process. So we try to keep all of that off here because I respect my entire audience, you know, and I realize we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different ways of thinking. And at the end of the day, who cares? You know, if we're all fighting for advocacy for these victims and stuff, who cares, you know, what we do in our off time? Who cares? I don't care. You know what I want? I want people inspired. I don't care where they come from or how they got here. I just want them inspired to do better in this country. And whatever country they live, because let's be honest, we're worldwide, right? We're worldwide. So it was a little, you know, but we will go through it a little bit more. I'm going to go into it in depth, but you know, I had some things. I read the article, and all right, let Kathleen, calm down, lady, calm down. Your words are sticking out, woman. I did write her though.
Why? Because it was right on the money. You know it's right on the money. All you do is for cuts and views. And that's all you do. I don't know why. You say you don't. You might actually got rural area not dressing right. You need jeans. You need hiking boots to go out and see that. You need protection against church fees. And icon flies like mosquito. You have no right to be active because the light you just like stupid as
I did write her.
Because she can stand the truth. She spilled the beans on you, Miss Betty Bullhorn.
And then after, of course, you know, this is a person that writes for Vanity Fair. And then, of course, after I click send, now I reread this thing. Like, I proofread it, but I hadn't had my coffee yet. There's like 2 or 3 not misspelling. I omitted words altogether. And I'm thinking, this lady's going to think I'm a complete a-hole. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I can't even put 2 in there. T-O. Like, I missed 2. I still sent it to her. Right? But it is what it is. So the good news is Chelsea Wiley is safe. She's alive. And I truly believe, thanks to all the creators that brought her up, put her name on social media, really advocated for this woman. I know it was a lot of work. And listen, not a whole lot of people picked up on this. Definitely, it wasn't a mainstream media type of thing, even though there was, I think it was News Nation that may have done just a small little story on it. So God bless them. Again, the reason why I like Brian Entin so much is because I trust him. Not trust him in the sense that I trust him to be nice to me. It's not that. It's I know his work. I know his work and I know how thorough he is. That's why I trust. Whenever he says something, I trust it. If it comes out of Ashley Banfield's mouth, not so much. But if it's corroborated by Brian Entin, I'm down like 4 flat tires. I truly am. I truly am.
Me too.
So that's where the love triangle comes in, because I don't even know who Kathleen is from Vanity Fair. I could really care less. So obviously she has her tinge for me, and she even brought up that the thumbnail where she acts like we didn't talk about nothing but facts through the Idaho 4. Which we've only covered facts. We talked about the press releases literally every day. We stayed on the press releases, and she brings up the fact that I had a thumbnail that said, "Dylan, why didn't you save me?" with the Dylan and the Xana thumbnail, and it's like, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I could care less whether you're offended by that thumbnail or not. But we have a lot of questions. A lot of questions as to why she heard screams in her home and calls all the roommates, but doesn't bother calling law enforcement. How she can see a masked intruder in her house and give him an 8-hour lead head start because she refused to call law enforcement. That's not my fault, but that is the facts of the case. The facts, not some conspiracy theory.
No.
So that you know.
You not bait
so that you know. Don't be all jelly over me. I get a lot of people. So jealous. I travel the country, I cover these cases, and I pull views.
Not honestly.
I get it.
Look at the shit that you put in Georgia.
But you know what? They do it to me too. And guess what? I gotta
cover a crime that Donald Wilson did. Remember that?
Good morning, beautiful friends. And Andrea, check your messenger later when you have time. Gotta go on.
You must hit a lemon, but you covered that up.
And wait to doctors. Well, good luck with the doctor. Thank God. This could have went really bad. We know the boyfriend story. I didn't say it, yesterday.
But assuming facts, just like the article said, he spread rumors, not facts.
Because I'm trying to be, I'm trying to make sure that the rhetoric here online is tampered down. And no, I didn't need a Vanity Fair article to do it, because I really think it's unfair. I really think it's unfair. Even the stuff, like, I don't mind talking about, and we even opened up the chat going through this Idaho 4 for Kylie Rodney and the Idaho 4, so you guys could vent your thoughts in here without taking them to them, because that was the worst thing that can happen, is reaching out to Idaho 4 for Kylie Rodney and the Idaho 4, so you guys could vent your, what that is, drugs, alcohol, and violence.
No.
A combination of them, or all three.
Dude, you talking
That's
about
the secret ingredient. In any case,
we can arrest under.
Typically, those are the secret ingredients.
No.
So we're very thankful that she's home. We know that there was violence in the house and everything like that. So here it is, the Vanity Fair article. We're going to bypass this, and we're going to come back to this, because we're going to read it, and you're going to hear the disdain Kathleen Hale has for Bullhorn Betty, even though the person that she was interviewing does not possess those same viewpoints, her viewpoints. The reason why she's able to write this article is the power and the freedom of press. Just like the same laws that allow me to be on here speaking to each and every one of you anytime, anywhere, how I choose and how I see fit. Right? So we'll see. We'll see. We're going to come back to this article. Nobody probably even knows who Kathleen Moore is or Kathleen Hale is. I mean, maybe some people in her, place, but think about it. If I came up here and said, "Oh, Kathleen Hale," she wrote an article, people would be in here saying, "Who's Kathleen Hale?" Nobody knows who she is, but you know who Bullhorn Betty is, right? Marissa and I were actually talking when I was up in Pennsylvania, and she's like, we're all sucked into this YouTube, and everybody thinks everybody knows everybody. But I guarantee you walk down my road and you say Molly Golightly, people are going to be looking at you and saying, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. YouTube is a life of its own, but here, you go down my street and you say Bullhorn Betty or Andrew Griffin, people know who I am in my own county because I'm involved. I'm heavily involved in my county. So I get the county, exposure. I get the national exposure. I get the global exposure. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine, Kathleen. I'm doing just fine over here. Good news here in the Gonzalez. The Gonzalez information. Let's see if I can blow this up so all you guys can see it. Let me pull myself down. Here we go. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to try to get this larger for you guys. There we go. Can you guys see that? Let's see if I can get it any bigger. Okay, that's about as big as I can get it. But at least you guys can read it. I don't want it. I'll pass. Okay. So confirmed this fact. As we wait for the predicted that as soon as she walks out of jail, she's going to be right back in the place I've seen it before. I feel super, super bad for her. Her daughter looked a lot like her. But no. Sorry, it pops up on me. Looks a lot like her. You don't realize because her mom has been so, when she's been on Ashley Banfield, she's been so ill and you can just see that she has no, she's skin and bones. So she looks much healthier here in this photo of herself with her daughter. And you can kind of see the resemblance between mom and daughter. And it's sad. I have to be honest with you. This is sad. I wish Kara, unidentified individuals involved in drug trafficking. Persons involved in drug trafficking are also associated with
It's gonna push a narrative every time.
Yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, they have to pay their bills too.
Yep.
I mean, look at Ashley Banfield with her anonymous sources.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That is ridiculous.
But you find that hurt. Yeah. I'll give you the rundown of this article tomorrow. Because it really pains. A bad picture. And she's just, no, I can't. Why? Nobody cares about you. You know you pretty bad behavior. Bad behavior. Just say I want this nonsense that you just in the blind COVID help in the Idaho Ford mess. You're not biting like in your rights. You need to have me on car because you could get the information and then twist it. No, you can't. I feel bad for you. Look at your face. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just mad that she lies. She haven't solved any case of Sarah. She hasn't helped anyone. Look at this crap that she put in Georgia. I mean, oh my God, harassment, doxing, offense, people's rights to live in a quiet neighborhood. Even like there's neighbors. So how can you sit here and say, "Oh, I done super nice things," and then you demand free from your followers? If you don't have enough money, don't go. Maybe that's at home.
When you push, like, well, thank God for Just Samantha. But in other things, that's also why we get permission, for literally everything. But occasionally, I'm one of those people, and I know it's not the most honorable thing, but it's like one of those things. It's easier to say sorry than it is to ask for permission. So sometimes.
Well, and I think I mentioned this one day. I did talk to you, but it sticks out in my mind.
Go out and hit the thumbs up on the Bullhorn Betty channel. We have already went over our 2 hours. I try to keep it to 2 hours because I know my lovely friends don't like me hogging YouTube, and we do share subs. So I'm going to relinquish you guys. I want to say thank you all for coming and enjoying your morning with me. It has been quite the trip.
You're such a joke. Sorry, it took more than 10 minutes. So basically, she's mad. Having a fit over an alcohol? Get over yourself. You're not making yourself famous. You're not be famous for being a bad person. That's on you, honey. I'm talking later. Have fun. Be safe. I want you to have fun and be safe at the same time. So I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to. I wish I have people. You can come to my live anytime you like to. Just want to get my attention because I'm always on the YouTube channel because I don't understand. I'm kind of know how it just works. But that's it. I'm using this. Oh my God. I'm going to be starting up a series. Probably. Not to just if you are a YouTuber. That's going to be classic. Okay? Bye. Have fun and be safe. Have a good listen.